This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN Network, and we are a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Beaver Creek, which is being held virtually this year. Joining me right now is Trey Wasser. He is the president and CEO of Ely Gold Royalties. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you, ELY on the TSX Venture and ELYGF on the OTCQX. Trey, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
Thanks, Robert. Thanks for having me. Sorry we're going to miss that beautiful scenery this year in Beaver Creek. So glad that you have the backdrop there for us.
I was going to say that's why I did this, so that you can get that sense, that feeling, But even virtually this year, I think we're all going to definitely feel like we haven't missed a beat. I know they're putting together a great show for everyone. So, I'd like to start off our interview today with a quick overview and history of Ely Gold, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Yeah, Ely Gold Royalties is we've been around as an exploration development company. I've been with the company over 10 years now, but we really got into the royalty space starting out generating properties in mainly in Nevada and retaining royalties. And then a year ago started aggressively purchasing royalties. And thanks to my partner, Jerry Bachman, and director Bill Sheriff, and all their data and contacts, we've managed to purchase royalties on some of Nevada's largest gold mines, royalties that the major companies would covet. And we've been able to buy them from the third parties very successfully.
What's been your criteria? You said in the last year you started being more aggressive with some of your acquisitions. What's been some of your criteria for some of these properties to bring them into the portfolio?
Well, because we have the royalty generation program, and that's what sets us apart from almost all the other royalty companies, and that is that we continue to sell properties and retain royalties. So those are generally on more earlier stage exploration and development properties. And because we generate those through property sales, we save all of our capital to buy producing or near-term producing royalties. So the criteria for a major purchase for us is we have to be able to put a cash flow model on it, no later than 2023, maybe 2024. So that it generates a large net asset value, because the royalty companies trade at a multiple of the net asset value. So it's important for us to buy royalties that, at a discount to the net asset value, and put them into the portfolio at a premium to net asset value. And that's how we create shareholder value.
Absolutely. You actually alluded to my next question. I wanted to kind of follow up on that is, what would you say makes the company unique and different compared to some of your peers out there? You mentioned to me offline about jurisdiction and how you're very much focused in Nevada. So can you explain some of those, what really makes you stand out?
Well, yes, we think over the next few years, the jurisdiction for mining is going to become a very important topic, and we have stayed focused in Nevada, where we have our roots, and so 90% of our projects are in Nevada. We have a secondary focus in Canada, where we have a lot of experience and have some outside advisors to the company that know the projects. And up there, we've got a royalty on the Fenelon project of Wallbridge and the producing Newmont's Borden Lake property. We also have a large tax loss carry forward in Canada. So, it's like our offshore tax haven without the beach. So we think that focus is very important. And again, alluding back to the idea that we both generate and purchase royalties, and have managed to purchase from some of the old prospectors and their heirs, some of these very valuable royalties on Nevada properties.
And you mentioned that you've been in the company now for about 10 years. What led you to founding Ely Gold?
Well, we didn't really. I didn't really find it. It was here operating, kind of struggling. They had gone off trying to find coal bed methane in China, and actually had a very good asset in Mount Hamilton in Nevada. So I was brought in to help get that project back on track, which we did. We joint ventured it, took it all the way to full feasibility study and full permitting for mine construction. And then we sold that to Waterton Global in late 2015. And that's when I decided that to change the direction of the company into the royalty model, teamed up with Jerry Bachman, longtime prospector and royalty generator. And then in 2017, purchased all the assets from Bill Sheriff, another long-term prospector. And that's what's really built the company. And that's the backbone. And then, like I said, we've in the last 12 to 18 months, just been able to make some really key royalty purchases.
And then from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now for the rest of 2020 going into 2021?
Well, we're still at that point. We've grown pretty aggressively in the last 12 to 18 months. We've outperformed other royalty companies, and yet we're still at that point at about a 250 million market cap, what you would call a junior space. We're still in there where every royalty we add has tendency to move the needle for our shareholders. And we've grown enough so that we're now looking at 10 to $20 million transactions, and have the cash and line of credit to make up to a $20 million transaction, execute a $20 million transaction now. So we think that's the catalyst going forward. And of course, the price of gold helps us in that our costs do not go up when the price of gold goes up, but our revenue does.
And with that, where can my audience go and find everything they need to know about Ely Gold? I've been saying Ely Gold, but I meant Ely Gold royalties. For where can they go and find more information?
You could go to the website at www.elygoldinc.com. I believe we've now purchased the ELYGold.com URL as well. So I think you can put in either one and it'll direct you there. But ELYGoldinc.com works for sure.
For sure. And if anybody needs to know the spelling, it's right behind Trey's head right there. So ELY Gold, that is the name of the company. Trey, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. I wish you guys the best of luck. Stay safe. And I look forward to our next update.
All right. Thank you very much. I might add, too, if he wants to dub this back in, is that ELY is also our stock symbol on the Vancouver Stock Exchange. And we're traded on the OTCQX under the symbol ELYGF.
Very good. Again, my name is Robert Kraft. I'm your host for SNN Network, and we're a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Beaver Creek, which is being held virtually this year. You'll see this video on Ely's profile page, and you'll also see Trey there. So thank you all for listening, and stay safe.
Thanks, Robert.